Hello everyone, this is Melanie with Network.tv. Today we're sitting down with Nicole Cloud, and we'll have the opportunity to talk to her about the Nicole collection, Married to Medicine, her WIN conference, and all of her various projects. You had a chance to do Fashion Week, LA and New York. So I know they're very different scenes. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences between the LA scene and the New York scene?
Yeah, when we were in New York, we did it with Monster headphones and technology, and there were a lot. The theme was obviously the same collection, but we did hair very different. It was very much a high fashion, on trend. What's coming down the runway in Paris, and very edgy. In LA, it's very glamorous. It's very fashionable. It's very social experience. And
social experience. You got that part right.
A huge social experience. As you know, New York, we had buyers. We had a lot of media. We had a lot of social influencers. LA, we had a lot of social influencers, a lot of media, not so many buyers. But they were both amazing events, and both Art Hearts did a great job, and when we worked with Monster in New York City, it was a great experience.
I love it. Well, I had a chance to see the Art Heart fashion show. Was there a certain theme that you wanted to convey on the runway this season?
This season's collection is called Strong.
Okay.
Hence, we opened with a little prelude of the song Strong and closed with it. And Strong is an acronym that stands for She is Triumphant, an Overcomer. Never gives up.
I love it.
And it really kind of speaks to this journey I've gone through in the last year. There's been some transitions with some of the projects that I was working on, and I'm just very, very, very determined. Even if you look at the things that happened on the show, and some of my castmates try to say negative things about my clothing line and things of that nature, and I'm just not one to let negativity and toxic people get in my way. And when you come for me, I'm just going to be more determined to show you just how important and how much people do see the collection as a very strong collection. And, we've gotten so many people that are interested in buying pieces right off the runway. We just finished a really high fashion photo shoot at the Brennan Estate in Beverly Hills. So we are moving on, and just found out we were invited to do the Collins Film Festival, and just so many opportunities. It's like, when God is for you, who can be against you?
Exactly. And strong, that's the best way to sum it up.
Triumphant. You got to be triumphant. You can't, one of my favorite sayings is, I never look back except to see how far I've come. You just got to keep your eye on the prize. You got to be very focused. You got to stay in the zone, and you can't let life's distractions or life's haters get in the way.
We all have enough of those, right?
Absolutely.
And speaking of that acronym and strong and whatnot, can you tell me just who exactly is the woman that wears the Lisa Nicole collection?
I like to say with the Lisa Nicole collection, you can go from the boardroom to the ballroom. We design power suits. We design very classy, sophisticated dresses and skirts, and one of our specialties is jumpsuits. It's hard to find a good jumpsuit.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's one of the specialties that I like to be proud of. And then we have great gowns, and so it's really that woman who is outgoing, she's bold, she's sophisticated, she's courageous in not only the decisions she makes in life, but even in her fashion choices. The Lisa Nicole collection is very sophisticated, but it's also very sexy. It really does accentuate the silhouette of a woman in a very classy way. You definitely are going to turn heads when you walk into the room.
Definitely, and I saw those pieces on the runway. I definitely agree. You were turning my head. Right now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with a little bit more from Lisa Nicole.
Kiss me now, here, there, everywhere. Kiss me until the end of time. Kiss me until the sun shines and the moon covers the earth. Kiss me until my limbs are weak and my body trembles at your touch. Kiss me now, here, there, everywhere. Kiss me now.
Welcome back. We are here again with Lisa Nicole Cloud. We are talking fashion. We're talking everything. Let's talk Married to Medicine.
All right.
So you guys just had a pretty intense reunion.
I would say so. The heat was definitely turned up.
We don't have to go too deep into it, but was there any points that made you feel uncomfortable?
You know, all season I felt uncomfortable with the way the ladies have attacked my marriage constantly. I mean, there wasn't an episode that went by where there wasn't some attack on my marriage or some attack on my husband. And I've tried to take the high road, you know, and when they start getting really like ignorant, just ignoring the nonsense. But sometimes when you really start coming for someone's family, that's like a no-fly zone. It's like you can't say anything bad about your family or your kids. Maybe you can reprimand them and deal with them, but don't let an outsider or a stranger talk bad. You know, it's just an area you're very protective of. And I am that way about my marriage. I'm that way about my husband and my family and my kids. And so I think at the reunion, I finally had enough. Mm-hmm. And I gave them all a piece of my mind, including my husband.
You sure did.
Because he, you know, I feel like a lot of times he just says stuff not thinking about how they're going to twist it and, you know, and then they have reason to talk and attack and say negative things. So everybody knows right now, I've had enough. We're not going to do this. You're going to stop saying dumb stuff. You're going to stay out of my marriage. So
you put your foot down for sure. Do you feel like that was like a burden lifted?
I think I felt like I got to speak my piece and what I was really feeling, because a lot of times, you know, I've just been that type of person. I don't really deal with ignorance, you know, and a lot of times I just ignore nonsense. Yeah. But it comes to a point where you've tried so much to kind of take the high road and be above all the fray that you finally say, you know what? I'm just going to have enough. I've had enough.
Yes.
You know,
we've all been there.
And they got a little taste of Nikki. I try to keep Nikki at home.
But she has to come out every now and then.
Every now and then.
Just let you know.
Every now and then.
Well, let's talk about why you decided to do the show in the first place, because I know that obviously with the reality show you are putting a lot of personal moments out there. Mm-hmm. Was there anything that really drove that decision?
You're going to think this is crazy, but in my very optimistic, positive world, I wanted to originally do reality TV because when I would watch reality TV, I didn't feel like I saw a woman that really represented who I was on TV. And I also wanted to, you know, leverage obviously the platform of TV for like brands like my clothing line and the Women's Empowerment Network. But I really wanted to be a positive example on TV. But as we know with reality TV, part of what really pulls people in and keeps them coming back every week is the drama. And so there is that balance of staying true to who you are, but yet, you know, allowing yourself to be transparent and, you know, if you have to
go there. That you do go back and forth. You do manage that balance well.
I try. I mean, sometimes it's not
I'm sure
like the bunch that I'm, you know, with. But, you know, at the end of the day, I do feel like Married to Medicine is a good example of Black families, professional women, women who are married. I mean, how often do you really get to see the glimpses of people's marriages, the good and the bad?
It's true.
You know, so it is definitely of what I see on reality TV. I think it's one of the better shows.
I'm definitely going to have to agree with you. And successful Black women and successful Black men. And speaking of that,
and educated.
Yes, definitely. So that is something that is very rare, and it's great to see that. And speaking of that, you being a successful woman in a marriage to a successful man, how do you were talking about keeping your own self and whatnot. How do you manage that?
You mean
as far
balance the time?
Well, I'm saying, sometimes as women, when you're married to a successful man, it's hard. You don't want to fall in their shadow.
Oh yeah.
Having your own voice, having your own sense of self.
Right. Well, what was interesting about when they casted me for the show is I'm a doctor's wife. They call us a Mrs. MD, MRS MD, and the reason they cast me is because even though I was married to a very successful doctor, I was still the breadwinner in the family. And so they thought that was a very interesting twist because all the other women, Their husbands were the breadwinners. So for me, my husband and I, we are each other's greatest supporters. I love the fact that my husband lets me fly. I'm here in LA for a week and he's handling home and, he's commenting on my social media,
Nice.
continue to succeed, continue to excel. I mean, he's always supported me in everything I've done, and me vice versa. We're working on a medical mission trip right now to Haiti, and I'm helping him. And we've raised a lot of money by bringing philanthropy and fashion and medicine together. So that's our Fashion for a Cause platform that's been doing very, very well.
I love it. And since we were kind of on that topic, how do you keep the balance, that work-life balance?
Yeah, the juggle. I always tell people the mommy juggle struggle is very real, And what I can tell you is, we try to be balanced, but are we ever fully balanced? No. We just try to do the best that we can and not let any of the balls drop, I do carve out quality time for my family. That's first God. I'm very clear of my priorities. God first, then my family, then my careers and all of my other businesses come in that next position. But family and God first.
I love it. When you have your priorities in order, you know what you need to do. You have more vision that way.
Absolutely. And, when I'm working, but when I turn it off and I'm home with my family and my kids, I give them undivided quality time and attention. In fact, we're going to be taking a vacation the first week in April, and I'm turning off the cell phone.
I know you're ready for that.
I am. It's been nonstop from Fashion Week New York to the Women's Empowerment Network Conference to LA Fashion Week. It's just nonstop.
Yes. Well, let's talk about some of those things. So the Women's Empowerment Conference, tell us about it.
WIN stands for the Women's Empowerment Network. It's an organization that I started to really bring women together who believe in sisterhood and who believe in the spirit of collaboration. I think so often we find ourselves in environments where there's so much competition between us. And, I think we're all amazing as individual women, but I think when we pool our talents and we come together and we share our resources and collaborate on projects, we are unstoppable. It's not a matter of what can we do, it becomes what can't we do when we put our own talents and geniuses together. So that's really what WIN is all about. I bring some of the women who are $1 million earning business women and women who are aspiring to, grow to that together. And a lot comes out of it from mentorship. A lot of people find coaches. A lot of people connect to do projects together. Women pour into other individuals. But the interesting thing is the women who are at the top of their game and they come to the conference to pour into other women, they say they get equally as much out of the conference. Even though they came to facilitate, they also walk away with breakthroughs.
That's got to be fulfilling for you.
Very, very, very much. I mean, WIN is definitely a more philanthropic project, but it's a project I won't let go of because of the fulfillment that it gives me. And I also feel like it's an assignment. I feel like God gives us all unique gifts, and one of the gifts I happen to have is I have an ability to bring great people together and, create opportunities.
And we know that you're a mentor and you have all these businesses and you wear all these hats. How do you go about not being overwhelmed? How do you stay focused? I tell my team all the time, I just have an ability to get in the zone and stay in the zone.
Right. And when I need Lisa time, when I need me time, I take it. And I don't feel guilty for taking it. If I need to go and take 2 days at the spa, I go do it. If I need to go take a weekend in Paris, I go do it. I deserve it.
I would love to take a weekend in Paris.
Absolutely.
I love it. So is there any other advice that you may have to young, I'm going to say women in particular, who are really just trying to navigate through this world, trying to be successful? What would you say to them?
My mantra is just live your dreams. Don't be afraid to just go for it. If you fail, that's okay, because part of succeeding is the failures that happen along the way. As long as you just keep going for it and making forward progress, there's so many lessons learned in failing at times. But as long as you don't give up and you keep going for it. I mean, I've had a lot of setbacks, don't get me wrong. Nothing that's worth having comes easy. But I don't let the setbacks discourage me. I look at them as more of setups for a stronger comeback.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing so much with us.
Yeah.
Tell us how we can go and learn more about all of the wonderful things you're doing.
Well, you can always stay connected with me at LisaNicoleCloud.com. All my my social media is Lisa Nicole Cloud on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Facebook is Lisa Nicole Cloud fan page. And then if you want to see some of the beautiful clothes in the Lisa Nicole collection, definitely check us out at lisanicolecollection.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, this is Rich Girl Network with Lisa Nicole Cloud.